Welcome back to Double Down University. I'm back at you guys with another soccer prospects video, and today I will be going over two of my favorite plays on the board that I researched pretty much extensively to kind of get a read on both players and kind of just know their tendencies and what they do well. And so the two players that I came up with is Matteo Prati over 1.5 tackles, as well as Somar over 45.5 passes attempted. So let's get into it. So I kind of want to show you guys how they line up formations and how I'm thinking the game is going to play out from a tactical standpoint. So let's start off with, Let's start off with the Caligari game and the Roma game. So basically, Prati is a holding midfielder, defensive midfielder, whatever you want to call him. But he's kind of the midfielder in a middle three, well, kind of like a middle four, because Viola is playing like the number 10 role. So he's kind of like a, like a distributor to the two strikers up top. And Prati is more, like I said, he's a defensive midfielder, and he basically is going to have to be able to get in for tackles to be able to set up his team on transition and breaks. And Roma, they are one of the best sides at home in possessing the ball, as they possess the ball 52% of the time, which is ninth in the Serie A, as well as Cagliari, which is the opposite. They are the second worst in possession away from home, and they possess the ball 41% of the time. So I believe that they're going to be pretty much sitting back in their defensive zone majority of the game, if not all of the game. I know they'll have their little spurts where they have touched the ball and kind of alleviate take the sting out of some of the game and like not have to defend too much. But when they do have the ball, I believe that they will be able to give the ball back to the opposition, and Roma will be able to continue to dominate them in their half of the field, I should say. So that's what I'm thinking on Prati and how that game will play out. And then also with him, and we'll kind of go into his numbers and his metrics as well. So with him, let's go to Serie A for this year. And we kind of want to specify, what competition he's in as well. So for him, and one thing I always look for with defenders is how well do you tackle and what areas of the field do you tackle. So he averages 2.5 per game, which he's in the 64th percentile, which is really well for his position. He wins one out of every two tackles. So he wins one out of every two tackles. But for Prizepicks, they basically rate you off of just attempted tackles. So he doesn't have to win every tackle in order for it to be counted. He can miss 3 tackles, but as long as he attempted to try and dive in for a tackle, it still counts as a tackle. So it doesn't have to be a successful tackle for it to count. As well as he 62% of the dribblers he tackles, so which is 86th percentile as well. So that's really, really good. So that shows that he's a willing tackler. He's willing to go in and get dirty and get down on the ground and try to tackle and win the ball back. So I really, really like that about him as well. And then also when you look at his games away from home, he's hit this line in 3 out of his last 6 games at home. I mean, 6 games away, excuse me. So I really like this potential for him as well. And then just how, like I said, how the game script, how I think that the game is going to play out. I think he's going to have to be able to get in for tackles to kind of be able to give his team possession. And then also, so Somar, let's go to him. So for him, he is pretty much a midfielder for Sevilla, and he is pretty much middle of the field type of player where all his passes come from the middle of the field. And I'll actually show you guys here on this chalkboard right here. So with his passes, and we're going to kind of eliminate all these other players and just kind of focus in on him. So as you can see right here, all of his passes are in the middle of the field. So he's going up against a side that's another team that struggles with possession. As you can see, let me show you guys the scouting report right here. So as you can see, the weaknesses of Rayo Vallecano is that they are weak at keeping possession of the ball, aerial duels, defending through balls, and then also defending counterattacks. So if they were by any chance to lose the ball in their own half, then they're pretty weak at being able to stop a team out on the counterattack. So I really, really like him in this spot as well. And then also with him, let me see if I have it pulled up. So let's go back. Actually, just click on Sevilla and let's look at his game log as well. So actually, we'll just pull this up. So for him, passes attempted And we're going to specify this to just Sevilla, and then we're going to do away. So actually he's hitting this at a 66% hit rate. He's going over 45.5, 66% of the time. He averages 51 passes away from home, and then his median is around 46. So that's still going to get us the over at 46. And then also looking at his metrics as well, he averages 57 passes attempted per game, and he completes 51 out of the 57. But all we need is just attempted passes. We don't need him to be completing passes as well. Granted, it does help that he completes passes, because then they will be able to do more 1-2 passes where he passes to his teammate, he passes it back, and then he keeps accumulating passes that way as well. So I just think both players are in a really, really good spot to go over these lines for both of them. So I'll go back over them. So I have Matteo Pratti over 1.5 tackles, and then also Somar over 45.5 passes. I appreciate you guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And then I already locked these two plays in, but I added a couple extra ones. These are just kind of wild card ones that I just threw in there that I really think have a pretty good chance of hitting. Now Alvarado Garcia, he's a risky one. He's like the wild card in the whole thing, because I think that he should play around 70 minutes. So it just matters about, is he going to be productive? And as I recently just stated, that they struggle with keeping possession of the ball. But I just think that he should be able to get off 2 shots against a leaky Sevilla defense as well. And then also I went along with the Sevilla passer, or the Sevilla midfielder, excuse me. I did his passes, and then I also correlated that with Sevilla to get 3 shots on target as well. And this is a must-win game for Sevilla. I also forgot to mention that they are struggling in the relegation battle to be relegated out of Serie A. So they need this game, as you can see here. They are Cagliari is 17th. Well, actually, excuse me. Let's go to La Liga. So as you can see here, Sevilla, they're right on the brink of relegation. So as you can see, they have 17 points, and they need to stay above this relegation zone of 17, 12, and 6 points. So automatically, Granada and Almerta are probably going to get relegated, but they are in a relegation battle with Cadiz. So they have to really, really win this game. It's a must win, because their schedule coming up, they're facing a lot of top teams. So this is one win that they can potentially get, or even get a draw out of this game. So I really, really like these 2 picks. And like I said, I'll go back over them again. I have Pratti over 1.5 tackles, as well as Somar over 45.5 passes attempted. So I appreciate you guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.